And we haven't been back to the house in a while, but a lot has been done because we found someone to help us out. So we started exposing the stone around the doors. And also the windows. And the living room area here used to have a very low ceiling. You can see where the paint is. That's where the ceiling used to be. And there used to be walls here that you can see on the floor. We removed those walls. It went up there. And again, the living room had that low ceiling there. And then the wall. And this little doorway went into the kitchen. And you can see where the kitchen ceiling was a little bit taller. It went up to that kind of yellowish area there. And then it came over and it came down. And then you can see where there was cabinets on the wall. It's a little darker there. And the kitchen looks completely different. There used to be a countertop where we have our counter now, but it was falling apart. It was made out of reinforced concrete. You could see the rebar sticking out. The concrete had spalled off, and there was tile on it, but the tile was broken and falling off. And we replaced the counters pretty much where the old ones were. There was an old kitchen sink that we've replaced with a brand new one. Very large farmhouse type sink. And over here was the cooking area. Again, there was a wall there, and the stove used to be just on this side of the wall. And we moved the stove over to the fireplace area. And this fireplace area, turn the light out so you can see a little better. So this fireplace area had stone, so you can see where the tile isn't. There was like a tabletop fireplace area, and then where the stove is, that's where they had very large stone there to heat up and cook on top of. That was the old way of cooking. And then the little bread oven is there. And so we cleaned out all the stone and had it repointed in the back there that you can see. And the sides, we just cleaned up the sides and had them rendered all the way up. And we're gonna paint this area in the next couple of days. But you can see the stone, we exposed all the stone. It looks really nice now. You can see a dark edge. That was where they had a plaster and lath. They had the archway was closed off, and that was to keep the smoke from coming into the house and direct it up into the chimney. And you can see where the stone is black from decades of use. And when we removed that, you could see that, and we've tried to clean that off, but it's just it's really difficult to clean it. It just wasn't coming off, so it kind of ended up just being left that way. And then up in the chimney, we're going to put a light fixture up there, and we're going to close that off. But when we closed it off, it started to get real musty and kind of smelly in this area. So we left a couple of them open, and that way it kind of airs it out and keeps it from getting stinky and musty. But it's very different from what it used to look like. See if I can't put a picture up of what it used to look like. But we did put some some backsplash, some tile up, acacia wood countertop, acacia wood shelf there. We have a couple of little shelves that we're going to put up above the stove there. And the stove isn't at the height of the countertop, so what we need to do is build up the floor a little bit, a few inches, and then that'll bring the stove up to the countertop height. Once it's the countertop height, it'll look a lot better. But this is what the kitchen's looking like. The door of the refrigerator I want to hang on the other side so that it opens the other way, because right now it opens on the wall side. But up towards the top, there's a little shelf. Turn that light out so we can see better. There's a little shelf up there, and we'll be able to put some knickknacks up there or something to display to make it look nice. And the ceiling we did in cedar. We do have light fixtures, we just need to put them up yet. But the cedar smells beautiful. It smells so nice in here now. And these old walls, they were just up in the old attic above that paint line, so they needed to get cleaned up and rendered. So that's done. We just need to clean it up a little bit more and we can paint. On this side, the walls actually weren't all the way up to the ceiling. So you can see that, especially over here, that's all new. That just used to be open up into the attic area of the bedrooms, which we will also remove the ceilings and open them up as well. With a small house like this, it really makes the house feel a lot bigger when you have these open ceilings. So that's about where we are right now. And over here we have the bedrooms again. It's a bit of a mess, got a lot of work going on. And coming down here, we have new electric put in. So the old meter used to be right here, up here on this wall. And we wanted a new service put in. And when we put the new service in, they said that you have to have it in an enclosed area. So Victor helped build this area here for brand new electrical service coming in. And we were having issues with there was a piece of wood above the front door here. And you can see it's removed. You can see the concrete there. You can see the old floor is in really rough shape. So we're gonna have to replace this little area, but we got some nice plans for that. And in the one room down below, we weren't sure what the floor looked like, so we took the ceiling off and we can see the beams now. The beams actually look fairly new, and they're cedar. Beams for the floorboards, and then the floorboards, it looks really rough up top, so we'll have to sand those down and refinish them. But we were worried that this wood was going to be old and in real poor shape, so we were thinking we might have to replace it. So we took the ceiling down to see what it looked like, and it looks pretty good. I think it looks actually pretty decent. So this room was actually one of the roughest looking ones when we bought the house. There was a lot of mold and stuff growing on the walls, and we have painted the walls. We painted the walls about a year ago. It was summer last year we painted, and it still looks great. So I was a little worried that it would mold up again real quickly. Lots of work left to do. It looks like we just started. And we do have some new electric run, new light switches, all new electric in the house. So we're still in the middle of doing that. We have new electric gonna come in, new electric conduit and wiring for the light. Need to put the fixture up. And we'll be redoing the bathroom. And we've been talking about exactly what we're gonna do. We have to figure out how we're gonna get a washer dryer in there. But that's pretty much where we are after 2 years of buying the house.